I'm going to be talking about my first toxic relationship and how I healed from it. And I'm going to be giving the girls some tips and tricks on how to just get over a toxic relationship, especially if it completely altered how you see yourself. Just for some backstory, I came from a sheltered household. My mom did not let me go outside. I did not sleep over anybody's house. I barely was able to hang out with any of my friends. And majority, if not a lot of the times, I spoke to my friends on the phone. Due to that, I was chronically online. I was always on Instagram, I was always on Pinterest, I was always on YouTube, and I was always like watching wrestling. I was always online and I had really little to no social life until someone invited me to the community of Wattpad. And Wattpad was where all my fantasies began. When I tell you, every Wattpad fan fiction / story was about either a girl getting bullied and her falling in love with her bully, or she ended up being a +1 in like a One Direction tour. For some reason, her mom let her go on a One Direction tour alone. So I garnered my entire idea of what a boyfriend was and what a boyfriend should be based off of Wattpad fan fictions. And you can kind of tell how that panned out, since I had this extremely unrealistic version of what a boyfriend should be while going to a public high school in Latonia, Georgia. I tended to stay single for the most part. That was an interesting time in my life. It wasn't until the 11th grade where I started to garner this attention from a boy in one of my classes. The boy was if I was being honest, he wasn't my type, but the fact that he gave me attention made me feel special. We always played in class and we always just kind of like had this whole love-hate relationship, will they, won't they thing. So that kind of turned into flirting and him, you know, talking about how beautiful I was and constantly complimenting me, which was something I wasn't used to getting since I did not grow up with my mom calling me beautiful and my dad wasn't there. So getting attention from a man was very foreign to me and I wanted more of that. So fast forward, when he asked me out, of course I said yes. Sadly, he did not keep that energy. The compliments turned into sass, and the once praise of my beautiful skin tone turned into passive aggressive comments. And I remembered how much I wanted that back so bad. Can you tell I'm in my pink era? Y'all, we would be on the phone for hours at a time and talk about nothing. I remember once in a relationship where I even asked, I'm like, before I was your girlfriend, you used to shower me with compliments and basically swore to give me the world. But now you act like you don't even want to talk to me. Like what changed? And he flat out said, now that I have you, I don't have to try that hard. And y'all, when I tell you my self-esteem was already low. Like I was already going out with a guy that I wasn't even attracted to initially. But for the guy that I wasn't even attracted to tell me that he didn't have to try that hard to maintain me, you would think that that was when I broke up with him. But no, we didn't break up until his father told him to break up with me. I had a really overbearing mom. If she wasn't gonna let me go out with my friends, she was not gonna let me go out with him. So our relationship was very much hush hush. We did not go to the mall or anything. And after a while, his dad was like, this your girl? Y'all not really together. You know, the relationship was bad when I was so happy that I got broken up with. I was so happy. I felt this weight lift off my shoulders. I felt so light. I felt so airy. And then a part of me was like, why did I feel like shit? There's so many other layers to this relationship that I can go deep into, but The point wasn't to talk shit about this 15-year-old boy about how shitty he was in a relationship. A lot of 15-year-old boys are shitty. The point was, my self-esteem was so low, even when he told me that he did not care about me anymore, I still stayed. And I still kept the ball in his court to the point where he had to break up with me for me to leave. My self-esteem was so low, I felt like I had to keep everyone around because I didn't feel like I was worthy of love. And I know that there's so many girls out there that are in toxic relationships, toxic friendships, toxic whatever dynamics, and they have such low self-esteem to where they feel like they could not afford to lose a person, that they could not afford to walk away from this relationship because something about this relationship is filling a void. You know, it's filling the void of loneliness. Because going out with him, we're gonna call him Paul, going out with Paul felt the need of me wanting to be someone's girlfriend. I was reading the fan fictions, I was watching the fan edits, watching K-drama and anime, and I said I wanted a boyfriend so bad. Everyone around me was having a boyfriend. My best friend had a boyfriend. My other best friend had a girlfriend. Everyone around me was in a relationship besides me, and I wanted a piece of that. I wanted someone to tell me that I was loved. I wanted someone to tell me that I was pretty. I wanted someone to tell me that I looked thick. And I know, girl, you're in high school, but don't act like you wasn't acting like that in high school. You wanted your person to tell you that you look thick, okay? I wanted someone to tell me that so bad that I stayed with somebody that I didn't even like. A lot of the times we know what we need to do, but we just don't do it because we are afraid of what will happen if we do it. You don't need advice. You need the push. You know you need to leave him, but you need to know the steps that you need to take to leave this relationship. Luckily for you, I've done all the hard work so you don't have to. I mean, you have to do hard work, but maybe not in this section, okay? Tip number 1 is to build self-compassion. Before you take any action, I want you to sit down and give yourself some grace. It's so easy for us to be down on the former version of ourselves or be down on ourselves right now that we completely forget that it's us that we have to deal with at the end of the day. When this person leaves, it's going to create a void that you previously tried to fill with this person. It's very easy for you to slip in a deep depression after the person leaves because they took up so much space in your lives. Maybe you guys ended up having mutual friends. Maybe his favorite type of pizza ended up being your favorite type of pizza. And you're realizing that a lot of my identity was wrapped up in this man. And how do I get it back? Well, give yourself grace. Whether this is your first boyfriend or your third, I really want you to sit down and hug yourself. I want you to cry. I want you to journal about this experience. I want you to go in the mirror and tell yourself that you're beautiful. I want you to take yourself out on a date. I want you to buy yourself the pretty dress. I want you to be your own boyfriend. I want you to build that relationship with yourself because no one will be able to give you what you cannot give yourself. Anytime you have that negative Nancy in your ear, tell the devil to go away, to shoot like an annoying fly, because that's what it is. It's just a fly. Okay? Because I mean, and if you want to think logically about it, there's nothing that you can get from beating yourself up. Beating yourself up will cause nothing but more pain and anguish that you already are healing from. You don't need 2 people beating you up at the same time. It's fine, girl. It's fine. It's okay. And now that we are dealing with the self-compassion, we need to double team that with leaning on your friends at this time. So whether that's phone calls, whether that's movie nights, whether that's you just crying on their shoulders or crying in their presence, it's okay. You don't have to be strong all the time. You don't have to act like you have everything together all the time. You don't have to pretend like you know everything, because you don't. And when shit hits the fan, when stuff doesn't necessarily go the way that you think it was going to go, it's okay to lean on a friend and say, hey, I need you right now. I'm not feeling the best. I feel really vulnerable. I feel really alone. If you don't have any friends, lean on God. You know, pray to God, cry, get you a Netflix account, watch Disney Plus, Hulu, watch your favorite YouTubers. Like, I always see my life as a circle. 99% of the time, your circle will always be whole. But when you release something, a chunk of that circle goes too. And if you do not fill the circle up with something positive, with something healthy, with something productive, you're gonna find unhealthy things to fill that circle with. Whether it is drinking alcohol, whether it is smoking, whether it is binge eating, whether it's you begging for this person to come back, or even you looking for another relationship. It's up to you to realize that you have to fill the circle up with positive things. So I always suggest, give yourself grace and lean on the people that you love so they can fill your circle up. Number 3, which is my favorite part, is to reclaim your identity. Who are you without this person? Now, this can be applied to anything, honestly. Who are you without this job? Who are you without your mom? Who are you without the boyfriend? Who are you without this friend group? Who are you without this thing, right? Honestly, that is the most exciting and fun part. Getting to figure out who you are. You are like a big puzzle piece, right? And you have the different puzzles scattered around. And as you grow older, you find out which piece of the puzzle goes where. And you're slowly putting it together to create the entire picture that is you. And even though I believe that we will never truly understand the full scope of us, at least me and my 23-year-old brain, like I feel like I'm so multifaceted and there's so many layers of my subconscious that I will truly never understand the things that I do or the reasons why. But isn't it so fun to try? Isn't it so fun to learn? I used to be a freaking tomboy back in high school. I literally used to want to be a professional wrestler. I remember writing fan fictions about professional wrestling. I remember I drew up what my wrestling attire was going to be. I remember how I was going to feel when I walked down that ring. I literally wanted to get married inside of a WWE ring. But as I grew older and as I started to find out different aspects of myself, I started to realize I don't really like getting hit. I don't really like fighting at all. I like getting my nails done and wearing pretty dresses and pretty bows. You know how amazing it is to think one way for so long and then suddenly realize that you're not that person anymore? There's a shift that happens in your body. There's a shift that happens in your reality that, oh wait, I don't like soda anymore. I don't like the feeling that this food gives me. Do you still like the same things that you thought that you loved? Do you still get that certain feeling? Try something different. Whether it's trying a new show or trying a different genre of music or trying a different hairstyle. Don't be so caught up in an aesthetic that you feel like you cannot explore something else. I know you see me right now. I'm looking very girly, right? But before this, I was literally just bumping like Kendrick Lamar. I listen to Megan Thee Stallion. I listen to Glorilla. I listen to rap. I listen to Lotto. I love Big Lotto. Oh, do not get me started on Flo Milli. But how would I have known that if I didn't explore different facets of me? I'm able to say I'm a multi-dimensional human being. I'm able to show up in a conversation and provide insight and provide a different lens because I have experienced so much in life. When I start talking, you start to realize, oh shoot, I underestimated her. I love when people underestimate me. I love when people think that I'm a pick-me. I love when people think that I do what I do for attention. I love when people think that I am an airhead. I love when people think that, because when you actually start talking to me, when you actually engage in conversation, you realize that I am an intellectual. You realize that I actually know something about kayaking. You realize that I actually know how to build a tent. You realize that I actually know the disparities that are going on in different marginalized communities, that I know a little bit about politics, and that I know a little bit about what's going on in different races, because I give myself the will to do that. We all have free will. Do what you may want to do, but with me and my free will, I'll try to explore every facet of myself to see how well I can get to know Denise Berry. And I want you to know that you also have that option. Do not put yourself in a box because other people see you this type of way. Do not. That would be the worst curse you will ever put on yourself. So go out, do the thing that you've been feeling like you need to do, even if it's against everything that you even stood for. I want you to have the courage to go for what you want in life, because it is your birthright. Well, that was a lot. Maybe this is a message for somebody, but I feel so passionate about it. I feel like someone needs to hear this. Don't put yourself in a box. Do the thing. Do it. Do it now. Do it and be unapologetic. Don't ask anybody. Check my last video. Stop asking people. It's your calling, not a conference call. Stop asking people about how they feel about that. No, it's your life, baby. It's your life. Experience it. This could possibly be the last life you could ever live. We don't know what's gonna happen after death. We can go to heaven. We can be reincarnated on another planet. You don't know. But one thing I do know is that I'm living in this one. I'm living on planet Earth in Chicago, Illinois in 2024, and I'm going to live my life to the fullest because I can. If you feel like in your heart of hearts that it's time for you to let something go, that it's time for you to move on, that it's time for you to see something bigger, then allow yourself that. We all have free will. We all have the amazing choice of doing whatever we want. But it's up to you to take that up. It's up to you to do the thing. It's not up to them. They can't tell you what God is telling you right now. But one thing I know for sure, that the people watching this video will take action. The people watching this video will go after their dreams, will do the thing. You will. I believe in you. If no one else believes in you, I believe in you. I believe in my supporters. I believe in my followers. Because if what is in me is able to attract you, then I know good and well that she will do it. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. And when you do it, I hope you have fun. I hope you get to experience another aspect of yourself. I hope you get to find another puzzle piece of your life. I hope that you get to step in the room with the confidence in knowing that you are so valuable. You are more than just a pretty face. You are God's gift on the planet Earth. And I want you to love yourself, okay? Okay? You gotta say okay? All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I'm gonna go to a jazz club. Yes, looking like this. Hold on, outfit check. All right, you guys, remember to stay safe, put yourself first, and spread love. All right? Peace up, A-Town down. I love you. Bye.